Hello and welcome to the second episode of World War Wonders. If you've come back from the first, then I'm amazed and thank you after I took just 3 straight batterings, and I can't promise this will be much different, but just at a stage where this team cannot handle. If you haven't seen, go look at the first episode and what we're currently using. Well, that'll become pretty apparent very soon on. If you haven't known or seen the rules either, then that is also included in the first episode. So we get into our first game here. You see it's a very strong team again. We are in Div 5, so these players aren't great, but there's nothing I can do to stop these squads with bronze non-rare teams. As you can see instantly here, he just chucks a through ball through to Werner. I eventually catch up, but he decides to cut back and finesse anyway. And we go 1-0 down very early on, but we win it back with our left back, getting defeated Puskas. And if you're going to step up with Traore like that, I will punish you if Puskas scores and gets us an equaliser. Which I think that right there earned us an upgrade. I believe we're on 8 goal contributions coming into this episode, and that is his 9th, which every 3 we get an upgrade. So it's an early one earned there as we go 2-1 down. Nothing too surprising. Been defeated Puskas again. Now on to Despodov. Tries to get his shot off, that's blocked. Then Kraev gets his shot off, that's saved. I'm thinking there's the tap in, and his keeper saved that as well. So great showing from the keeper, but not great finishing from our boys. He manages to get one through to Ben Yedder there, who beats our bronze keeper to it. Our bronze defender can't get it on the line, and we are 3-1 down right on the break of half time. I think you may briefly see the stats for about half a second, if we're lucky. Yeah, so it's actually been pretty even, believe it or not. I mean, most of our shots will be coming. That one incident where you saw we've cleared off the line last second from the goalie. But yeah, awful defending from the defender there. Our keeper gets absolutely sold by Rashford and he chips it over on the line. So we do just get pretty much embarrassed there, but again there's not much I can do about it, and that's another very simple goal. Our defender's just on the wrong side of the ball. We pay the price for it. A poor goal kick from him there onto Puskas. Manages to lose Traore again there. Hit him with the ball roll and a nice finish. So I thought at near post. I forgot who that was for us who decides I want to block it. But Puskas does get it back. Hits, I'm not sure which one of his defenders that is, with the Berber spin. And a nice finish. So I'd say bring us back into it. It's by no means back into it, 5-2 down. But another goal for Puskas can never be complained at. It's maybe a bit lucky that it ends up at Puskas there, and that is his hat-trick in this first game. I believe that again puts us a goal contribution away from another upgrade. Which isn't a bad position to be in, but obviously 5-3 down is not ideal. We do get upgrades for wins as well, just wins have been hard to come by so far. We do see Puskas again making a run. We try and think about finding it, but it wasn't quite there for us. But it was better to get it into his feet and let him work, and boy does he work. It's another one of his defenders with a ball roll, and again a finish at the near post. So I say again, finish at near post. The last one I tried to do was block by our own team. We are within a goal of him now. Thinking maybe I can nick something from this. I mean, draws, besides not feeling defeat, don't offer us much. But he's made a hash of clearing it there as we pick it up again. Get it into the feet of Puskas, onto Kraev. Sees Puskas pull back to the edge of the box, and we do actually get an equaliser in the 77th minute, which I was pretty stunned by considering how far we were behind at one point. However, straight from the kick-off, I do a very poor job there with the CDM, missing Ben Yedder. Centre back, I'm a bit too cautious. Don't do enough to stop him either time. He sold me far post. Just as we equalise, we go down again, and we do lose this one by 1. So actually an agonising defeat there, especially with kind of working your way back into it. Only to lose 8 anyway, but you see 5 goals from Puskas, which is ridiculous. Moves them on to 13 goal contributions now from 4 games, which, I mean, I'm in Div 5, I can't really be surprised, but it's still mental from him. But yeah, we do earn 2 upgrades from that game, which we've decided is on Velkov here at centre back. A lot of these upgrades aren't actually upgrades, although they're called it. It's just to turn Germans into what are also bronze Bulgarians, so it's just to kind of get it moving on, get that full Bulgarian team and try and win games with it before we can move on to Turkey. But yeah, both Velkov, I think it was called, and Gruev, not much of upgrades here, but it gives a bit more chem to some of our Bulgarians maybe. We're lucky Velkov actually plays in the 3rd German league, so he keeps the chem a bit more together than you'd probably think for a half Bulgarian, half German side. We're going to the second game here again, another strong team, that's all we'll be playing. I can't expect other people to be using bronze teams with an icon in, so it's just what we have to deal with. As we get it kicked off here, very early on, he gets it onto Arnold, back into the feet of Robin I believe, and he's already been known very early on with everyone who's got the Robin Kleiber link which I have got myself. I've also thrown Gravenberg in there, but yeah, I did the Robin pretty much as soon as it came out, thinking, oh, is this a bit risky to do? I thought the value for money was quite good, and yeah, then turns out it seemed everyone wanted to do it, and you can't avoid Robin and Kleiber on Weekend League or Div Rivals or anything really. I mean, we have avoided them mostly in Div Rivals so far, but it's Div 5, people are a bit more kind of Prem based, it seems there. But yeah, whilst I've been going on about Robin, we have fell 3-0 down. The Puskas does pull one back for us there with a nice bit of footwork, and again, pretty easy finish. We have us on to 14 goal contributions now, and we are 3-1 down at half time, so not a pretty place to be in. You see he has kind of doubled our stats, but again, I can't be surprised with the players I'm trying to knock the ball around with. They do a decent job of moving it around here and into Fifa Puskas. He's doing whatever he can to find any just space to get the shot off. He does find it on his left foot, finesse far post, and a nice little goal there, which I believe does move us on to another upgrade, so we'll certainly take that. You see we take the ball forward here from our own box, move it into the forwards now, exchanging it with CDMs. Does get into Puskas, which is what we want to do. See a bit of space opening up on the right, can't ignore it. I think he sees it too, ignores the kind of more important threat of Puskas, and he does get, which I believe is his hat-trick goal in this game. But yeah, another one of those. The second we equalise, we do go behind again, and again an agonising 1-goal defeat. Another kind of ridiculous showing from Puskas, another 10 rating, scores all our goals, and we did of course earn an upgrade in that game, but just a solitary one this time. As I believe as we get out of the game, you see stats wise we were a bit dominated, but again an agonising defeat to lose by 1, considering this kind of challenge we set ourselves. And we get Diego Ferrereso. Doesn't sound very Bulgarian, but I'm not going to question his decision to rep him. If funny thing is, just as a random bronze non-rare, he does turn out to be alright. Actually does a fair bit of decent work, I believe, in this final game. As you see, obviously another strong side, it goes without saying really. And he kicks off. And usually when they kick off, we're instantly in a spot of bother. There's only 3 or 4 minutes in, moving it around, he does get into feet of Werner. And that far post shot's going to go in every time. And that one doesn't go in every time, but does put us 2-0 down again very early on. We try and make up for it here, Velkov does win it. Again, why he's brought his centre back forward so high, I don't know, and we slip it through to Despotov. We've managed to sell defender a dream and actually finish quite well, considering he's on quite low chem as a right forward up front. So I think our first goal doesn't involve Puskas at all. It's a fair play to Despotov, and the guy who played the through ball for that. And again you see we actually equalise with Despotov. So he decided to turn up this game. Another goal that again didn't involve Puskas at all. It's quite surprising. Maybe we did need some of the other boys, though awful in terms of their cards. Maybe we did need them to turn up to have any kind of success. I think it's one of the first times, if not the first time, we actually go into half time not losing. And the stats are pretty much even, if anything slightly in our favour. So maybe we might actually finally get something out of this game, although he does slip it and defeat De Bruyne. I think I've done enough to force him out wide, but he still manages to finish. With cards like De Bruyne, they just will. Interfere Puskas here, finally getting involved. Despotov does find him back again. Sell that defender an absolute dream. And the left foot far post finesse again. To again equalise and hopefully not go ahead as soon as we actually do equalise again. And a great tackle there from Velkov, to be fair to him. As we try and break from that. Get it out left to Krev, who's not fast. So I'm probably going to cut in very early, yes I do. Get it into the forwards, who actually have a bit of talent, a bit of pace. Get it Despotov there, he's absolutely strung his defence all over the place. And we do actually take a lead for once, which is very rare. I think that one of the only other times we took a lead was in the first game of the series, although we did end up getting battered in that. You see, I have tried to pause there because I thought I've taken a lead. Might try and be a bit more cautious. I forget to set the defence to both the fullbacks and the CDM to stay back whilst attacking. I haven't done that, and occasionally pay the price. And although I wouldn't say that's why I went and conceded there, it was a kind of very fortunate header from Ronaldo. We did instantly go and get pegged back to level terms as I try and do it, and then as you see John Barnes there gives him the lead. So I'm panicking now, kind of 5-4 very late on, but we do instantly get one back with a Berber spin and finish from Puskas, who seems pretty gassed about what he's done. I'm thinking I'll probably have to take the draw. It's kind of just rewards for plugging away and just trying not to lose. I think, hang on, I'm getting somewhere with Puskas here. He doesn't want to let that continue and actually just completely crunches him. He knows he's only going to get a yellow for that. I could whip it in, but I don't like free kicks in this position. I've very rarely worked out how to make them successful. So I just had to play it onto the edge, get into the feet of Puskas. A gap opens up, and we finish even later with only 30 seconds left in injury time. We take the lead, and that is going to be our first win. So it took 7 games to get there. 6 games to get there, but we finally do manage to get our first win. It's kind of been deserved, especially in this one, losing by 1 goal both times, to finally get some kind of just rewards for the effort and challenge we've posed ourselves. You see again, he leaves with what is a leopard match ball, which I'm sure he's thrilled about. Put that in the trophy cabinet. Well, I imagine what Puskas has got a load of other trophies, both individual and team honours. He spent a lot of time at Real Madrid back when, I believe, well, yeah, they were winning Champions League for fun. We did earn ourselves a couple upgrades in that one. We go with Mitov in goal, just to kind of tie off the Bulgarian defence now as well. There's still a German at right back, so we move Velkov over to the right. And we get Velkovsky, as you see, it's a left back at centre back, one of the first people I'm playing out of position. And it's literally because I have to. I'll take a silver, of course, but you'll come to find with some of the remaining players I've got to put in Bulgaria, this is just the only players they have, so I'm just filling in with what I can. You see, 20 goal contributions from 6 games is nutty from Ferenc Puskas, but obviously the record's not great, but we did finally get that first win. So if you can see, I actually am starting to improve. The team gets slightly better. Hopefully that will encourage you to stick around and not see me get battered every week, and we can have better teams and hopefully better success and score better goals. So just all round better content, hopefully. But anyway, if you have watched, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.